Let's talk about the hidden story of Mandarin Oriental Lago di Como. When people think about Mandarin Oriental on Lake Como, they probably think about the floating pool, beautiful rooms, or incredible views, but none of those are the reason this place is so special. And it all began 225 years ago, not with a hotel, but with one woman. In 18th century, when Napoleon was reshaping entire Europe and Italy wasn't yet unified country, a wealthy French dressmaker, Madame Rivière, decided to build a summer villa on the shores of Lake Como. She had made her fortune designing gowns for Milan's aristocracy, and instead of buying an existing estate, she decided to build one of her own. For almost 30 years, it was exactly that, a home overlooking the lake, but then everything changed. In 1827, the estate was bought by a woman called Giuditta Pasta. If you've never heard of her, you're not alone, but in 19th century, she was one of the biggest celebrities in Europe. Imagine the fame of someone like Dua Lipa or Adele today. She performed before kings, she toured the greatest theaters in Europe, and also she inspired one of the most celebrated composers of the time. After buying the estate, she asked her uncle, the architect Filippo Ferrati, to enlarge and redesign the villa into an elegant and neoclassical residence. What she created was more than just a beautiful home, she turned it into one of Italy's great artistic meeting places. Composers like Vincenzo Bellini and Gaetano Donizetti visited here, so did writers like Stendhal and Alessandro Manzoni. Imagine sitting on this terrace almost 200 years ago and listening to conversation between people who were shaping European music and literature. Mind-blowing. Bellini admired Giuditta so much that he created two of his greatest operas, Norma and La Sonnambula, specifically for her voice. There's even a local legend that Giuditta would stand in front of the window and sing across Lake Como while Bellini would listen to her from the opposite shore. It's become the legend of this place, but no one really knows if it's true. And here's something that we all should know. The villa Giuditta Pasta lived in is no longer here. In 1904, it was demolished and a wealthy family of Wild built a new mansion on the same estate. The building you're looking at today is called Villa Roccabruna. So while the house itself isn't older than 200 years old, but the history of this place most certainly is. The estate survived two world wars, and unlike many other grand villas, they disappeared because they were simply too expensive to maintain. This one lived on. Nearly a century later, it became Casta Diva Resort, named after Bellini's famous aria from Norma. And in 2018, it entered a new chapter when it became a part of the Mandarin Oriental family. Today, people come here for the luxury, the incredible pool, beautiful rooms, but I think luxury it is also something else. It's knowing that you're standing in a place where Europe's greatest artists once met, created, and inspired one another. Anyone can build a beautiful hotel, but you can't really build 2 centuries of history, and that's what makes this place timeless.